Hi, I'm Mike, founder of Aviary Games, and this is how to play Alchemy. The mechanics of the game are simple. In Alchemy, your goal is to make potions which look like this. To do this, you must get the contents of your vial, a card which every player starts the game with, to match the formula listed at the bottom of the potion. At the start of the game, a number of potions, which any player can make, are dealt out into the middle of the table. When you make a potion, you take it and put it in front of you. The potion is completed, and you possess it. Other players can't make that potion, so it pays to pay attention to what other people are making in their vials, and figure out if other people are competing to make the same potions you are. Here's how to set up the game. Give every player a vial and a cauldron card, and put 2 potions at random from the deck out on the table, face down for each player. Also, deal out 4 components face up on the table. Put out 4 different piles of counters, 1 for each of the elements in the game: fire, earth, water, and air. Now you're good to go. On each player's first turn, and only on their first turn, they flip over 2 of the potion cards that are face down. This is to keep the player who goes first from having an advantage. Even though they start making potions before everyone else, each player who goes after them will know more about what potions are available. In order to make potions, there are 2 basic actions that you can take once each every turn. These actions are transmuting and pouring. To transmute, choose one of the components on the table, put it in the discard pile next to the component deck, and take 2 counters corresponding to the 2 symbols at the bottom of the card and put them into your cauldron. These counters are elements, the fundamental building blocks of all matter. You will recombine them to build potions in your vial, but you will store them in your cauldron. There is no limit to the number of elements you can have in your cauldron. When your turn is over, you should deal out new components face up on the table to replace any that you used. Every player should begin each turn with 4 components to choose from. To pour, simply move 1 element from your cauldron into your vial. Repeat this process every turn, and remember to make sure that at the start of every turn there are 4 components face up on the table. If at any time the contents of your vial exactly matches the formula on one of the potions on the table, you may, if you so choose, make that potion by taking the potion card, putting it in front of you, and moving the elements you used to create it from your vial onto the now complete potion. These elements now represent doses of the potion. If at any time you decide you're unhappy with the contents of your vial, for example, if you were trying to build a potion but someone else completed it first, you can empty your vial by returning all of the elements in it to the center of the table, but not to your cauldron. Effectively, you're dumping out the contents of your vial. You may have noticed that all of the potions have abilities listed on them. Once per turn, you can take a drink of any one potion in your possession in order to activate the ability listed. To do that, simply remove a dose of your potion from the potion. It's important to note that doses of potion are the equivalent of victory points in this game, so when you take a drink, you're effectively reducing your score by 1. Ties are broken up by adding the total number of doses all of your potions began with, and if you drink the last dose of a potion, you discard the entire thing, so it won't count for breaking ties. So, those are the basics of making potions. In addition to that, there are the Alchemy cards. At the start of each game, every player draws 4 of these cards, and on each turn, they begin the turn by drawing 2 more, and end the turn by discarding until only 4 remain in their hand. Every turn, you may play 1 action and 1 equipment card. These can only be played during your turn. Action cards take effect immediately. You do whatever the card says and then discard it. Equipment cards go onto the table in front of you and stay in play. You can use them every turn that they remain in play. Every player can only have 1 equipment card at a time, though. If you play a new one, you have to immediately discard the old one. There are also 2 different special action cards. These are Dodge, which can be played in response to any action or equipment card that affects you directly on another player's turn, and Unstable Reaction, which can be played whenever you have at least 1 of each element in your cauldron. It destroys all equipment on the table and all elements in vials and cauldron. It doesn't affect potions. Cards that can be dodged are Sabotage, Distract, Spill, Steal, and Imp. Potions cannot be dodged. The game ends when the last potion is completed and taken off the center of the table. The player with the most doses of potions wins. Any ties are broken by counting the total number of doses all of the potions began with. So, that should about cover all of the gameplay basics. Thanks for watching. We hope you'll check out our